Ukpo Ceremonies Committee, na mmemme Orira Igwe, anyị na-akpọ ya Orira.
Ukpo community is one of the blessed towns in Anambra State. The town is the headquarters of Okofia's local government secretariat, a town with men and women of renown, philanthropists of high reputation, captain of industries, business mogul, academians, among others. It is the town of amiable High Chief Prince Engineer Ato Eze, Ukpo Ozigbondo Global. Ukpo community has 4 villages: Oranto, Isiekulu, Akpu, and Akezi villages. The throne of His Royal Majesty Igwe Robert Chukwudilim Eze Okofia VI has drawn people of high network from all walks of life, from Ukpo community, Anambra State, and Nigeria at large to celebrate this year's New Yam Festival. In Ukpo's New Yam Festival for this year, a special lecture on the role of communities and the fight against insecurity in Nigeria was presented. Air Vice Marshal H.C. Opala retired was the guest lecturer at the ceremony. In his detailed lecture, Air Vice Marshal Opala gave a background definition, the menace of insecurity. He also preferred actionable solutions to containing and bringing insecurity to an end.
I would not like to look at Nigerian socio-economic environment because according to Robert McNamara, development. And without development, there is no what? Security. So if the government understands that by providing development for your people, it will remove sense of insecurity in the land. But what do we see? The fact that in certain countries, even funds meant for social development are diverted to go and buy arms to equip the armed forces the more. And in providing for them to equip them, what happens? Those social needs that are supposed to be provided to remove insecurity are neglected. And when they are neglected, they become further causes of insecurity in the land.
According to him, in conclusion, he noted that the focus of security has gone beyond the issue of military deployments to encompass the provision of socio-economic needs and means of livelihood for the citizen, which, when they are lacking, are often causes of insecurity. The keynote address speaker called on the government at all levels to put in more efforts to provide infrastructural development and create enabling environment for the economy to thrive, in consonance with the assertion that security is development, and without development there can be no security. Air Vice Marshal Obala, however, noted that the matters about security is not just the business of federal and state governments, but it is everyone's business. He therefore called on the private sectors, communities, and well-meaning individuals to join hands with the government in ensuring peace and security in the land.
So if the communal value system is restored, where people are not just recognized because they have money, but tracing to be sure that they have genuine money. Where hard work is paid for, recognized. If you encourage the youth to be hardworking, the way we despise people who have spent time, imagine when it takes somebody to become a professor in the university, and then at the end, such person is not recognized, not given honor the way it's supposed to be, because somebody went and did one Yahoo something overnight and became rich, and we then begin to extol such a person. It gives wrong signals to the younger ones that this is the way to go, and it creates more insecurity in our environment. In conclusion, I just want to again say that I thank Ukpo people for not just coming here to eat yam and go, but try to use this opportunity to create a platform for discussion, a platform for interrogation, a platform for brainstorming, especially on a topical issue like solving insecurity.
Hey! As I said earlier, museum is a kind of historic something. And well, you say it's an element, but just like education, as we embrace education, we are at the same time see many attributes of education. So I think museum is one of them, like Bible. So it's a thing that is what we are in the community. So it's a good idea.
Na balance better. When I go out, when I watch, I na-esonye n'ikpe n'ikele Chineke na ime ka ife anyị kọrọ ka ọ gaa ife aka oluwe na-anyị kwụla ihe akọ ji ekwupụta iwe wiru ebe a na ife na ọ daka mmadụ na Chukwu goziri ugbo onye ka ji wee mgbakọ ife niile mmadụ niile wee na-ekele na ịwaji na ire ọrịra ọ ka ife anyị ghọtara ji ka ọ data nsọ na dịkọ nwere ike ịwaji so na a very great event and we are grateful that I do well after ebe anyị sị na ya maalụ nri aka ife ome n'owu na iwepụta na onye soro ụkpụrụ ndị okenye ọpụta ife etu a ndị yut ji wee bịa taa wee mee donation o gosiri ndị be anyị na-esonye so na anyị na-emefa anyị na-akwadofa dị nne na ndị be anyị na-ede ikwe be anyị anya na-ede ndị ọzọ niile anya ile anya ifụra ndị na-enye awọdụ tata maka ihe gbasara edukeshọn ọ ka anyị wee kwalite ndị yut anyị so o dogo anya na ndị be anyị na-eme ka ndị yut anyị na-asị ka ndị yut kwado anya mee ka dọla na anyị ghara ịda Chineke ya aga n'iru gozie fa niile tụmadụ ndị ceremonies committee fa agbalụ mbọ rinne n'ụdị pụrụ iche ekene igwe na ndị ichie ya ndị nwere ndidi wee sonye program niile gaa ọfụ kene kwenu n'ụbawụ ndị pres ọkwanụ since 10 o'clock n'ogide ruo kịta 6 akụkọ ama nnọọ ọlụ ka unu na-alụ mana ọrụ mmadụ niile Septemba Ukpo ji eliju ọfụ and ọ na-ebido mbọsị Fraịde Igwere Orira Satọde ichie awabazie na beba dị iche iche dee na mbọsị ụka ndị nwadị a na-abịazi.
Ukpo community is among towns in Anambra State and Nigeria that enjoys relative peace and tranquility as a people. It is devoid of all sorts of insecurity. Air Vice Marshal Okpala commended His Royal Majesty Igwe Eze, his entire cabinet, and the good people of Ukpo for creating the atmosphere for this timely conversation. Other salient suggestions. He, in his well-articulated lecture, recommended as immediate antidote to insecurity include his recommendation to Anambra State government in liaison with other governments in the southeastern Nigeria should call out the members of IPOB, Eastern Security Network, from the trenches and grant general pardon to de-escalate the high sense of tension and insecurity in the region. The Ukpo community should build cottage industries and establish mentorship programs to absorb the youths who are not yet gainfully employed, and so on.
It was discussed. When I was in the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, we discussed and interrogated the issue of community policing in Nigeria and made recommendation to His Excellency the President. And thank God he accepted that proposition and allowed that community policing will become the order of the day in the way the policing framework is carried out within the country. So, that community policing is what that communities know their environment more than it, like say they post somebody from Kano to come and be policeman, overseeing this place. He will not know the nitty-gritty, he will not know the nooks and crannies, and it will be more difficult for him to be able to exercise and execute such function. But someone from the within, given such responsibility, will be able to do it better. So community policing does not mean that we are acting alone, but we are acting in partnership with government security agencies. And in doing that, we need to support them with whatever we could. We have discovered that one of the challenges that affect morale in carrying out duties is poor remuneration, lack of equipment, lack of facilities. I recognize the effort you people have made in bringing Zone 13 to this environment, and such is commendable because it's evidence of partnership in government. I also said build security networks and early warning system. The Anambra State government has initiated the Anambra Vigilante System of service. So, and I believe with that, communities are allowed to set up their own vigilantes. I believe that this Ukpo community have already set up something similar to that. And because you cannot act singly or alone, there's need for such establishment to coordinate with other networks to be able to set up early warning systems that will help identify sources, people that are bringing issues or problems within the environment. I added my voice in asking the Anambra State government in liaison with all the Southeastern state governments to establish their own regional security network. It's important. Or reactivate or activate the one that was established but inactivated.
Colonel Architect Geoff Onyejebu, PhD, retired, the gubernatorial candidate under the platform of Allied People's Movement, APM, was the discussant one, a veteran also in the field of the subject under review. He described the lecture as presented by Air Vice Marshal Humphrey Okpala as a well-researched work by a cerebral mind. He acknowledged the identified gaps in the expected role of communities in fight against insecurity as outlined by the guest speaker. Also, the root causes of insecurity. The Guba candidate under Allied People's Movement, APM, however, added from his wealth of experience an additional measure to the list of recommendations by the guest speaker. In my quest to govern Anambra State, I have gone below the third tier of governance, local government administration, to propose establishment of Town Union Government, TUG. He said, Colonel Onyejebu had earlier identified additionally to the numerous lists of the sources, originators of insecurity, as posited by the guest speaker. Accordingly, he said, quote, that ethnic and religious intolerance, corruption, political and economic mismanagement have also become major causes of intrastate conflicts. To all this, I will add chieftaincy and President General of the Town Union's contest contribute to insecurity in the communities as well. Colonel Architect Joff conclude.
National insecurity to collapse of the bipolar world, leading to a unipolar world that America now becomes the global supercup. And I think he's right. That also led to America deciding what power stays and what power goes down. We all know that when Libya went down by their own wings, what happened was what we now call the Arab Spring or Sahel Spring. And that led to proliferation of small arms and light weapons. Now they got into the wrong hands, and then in Nigeria it resulted to Boko Haram. But before then, the collapse of the likes of Sierra Leone, Liberia, also gave rise to the same thing that led to the kidnapping we had in Niger Delta, banditry and kidnapping. That brought also insecurity.
Group Captain Architect Sir Benson Okoye, retired, Ukpo, was also the discussant too. To this lecture, he commended Air Vice Marshal Humphrey Okpala, the guest lecturer, for a work he described as well done, and called on relevant authorities to expedite action on the recommendations outlined in the lectures of Air Vice Marshal Humphrey Opala with immediate effect.
Topic that we're looking at today. The other discussants have done justice to this topic, and I will not want to dwell again on them, just to say that the Air Vice Marshal, who are known as a very brilliant officer, an aircraft engineer of repute, also taught in the Command and Staff College, Judging, was in the War College and distinguished himself. I cannot add to anything that you have said.
Yeah, I'll be the man because one, that's a more kind of watch in the job. They got one eye message here. Go to a country. Because you are really big job. So now if I'm today, I email that I will wake up money the message of that Friday. Yeah, all line up where I roll. Now you will get so much.
The event was climaxed with various honors to deserving persons. The categories include with Community Service Awards of Honor, Ukpo Special Recognition, Award of Excellence, respectively. A grand prize was handed over to the winner of SG Ukpo for the farming year under review.
Ebe a ekwunyere bụ ka a sị mụọ amụmụ. Ọgwa dị ẹ̀kọ́ ọ̀kájá ilé ọ̀gbọ̀n àmú. So, n'afọ Igwe, n'afọ nwanne nwoke Igwe, ana m eze ya ezigbo ana m enye ya nke a.